What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate your appreciation of my rants and rambles about the world in this dimension, in this present time moment. Thank you all for listening and watching. And today's rant, I'm going to talk about what I think, and this is just sort of my own conclusion, what use of psychedelics can potentially do to someone, and I think does often do to someone. And I think what it does, amongst many other things, and I'm specifically talking about the one thing here, it brings the inner child out of you. That's what it does. And I'm going to give you straight ahead examples here. Let's shoot from the hip. Straight examples, right? I've tripped with a lot of people, different type of people. And this is how I came to this conclusion. I've seen each person become something different and sort of resemble more than their inner child when they're tripping. So, for example, the way I become when I trip on mushrooms or LSD is the exact same way I was as a kid. I get very hyper. I start to fucking do like flip around and do push-ups and like I get very physical. I start to climb. One of my dear friends I was tripping with, he told me that I looked like Enzo from Assassin's Creed. You know, because every time I trip, I start getting very physical. And I start climbing shit, like going on fucking trees and climbing them. And I get very physical. I start to like fucking like do cartwheels and like one-arm push-ups and like I just become very physical. And that's my inner kid, my inner child. I was, as a child, a very active and athletic type child, right? Very active, like very physical. And I mean, most of you guys come from the fitness channel, and if you follow me on Instagram or follow my fitness channel, like, you guys know I am a pretty fucking athletic person. And that's just my inner child. And the psychedelic seems to always bring that out of me. And I've tripped with friends who started drawing shit. They started to draw. Right? They started to fucking draw and paint. And that was their inner child too. Because they were, and I would talk to them after, and it would turn out that that's a lot of the shit they did as children before they got into the school system and brainwashed into what they have to do in society. They love to draw and paint. They're basically artists, right? They're artists, but this world has no place for artists, the way it is built anyway. But now the world has place for anybody. Just thank God. God bless the internet, right? But I mean, some of these friends started drawing. They fucking started drawing and painting, right? That's not me at all. That side does not come out, not under psychedelic, not under anything. That's not my inner child. It's certainly not Saeed. That's certainly not the inner child in him. No. You know, but I'm so in awe. I'm so admiring the paintings and the drawings, because I have nothing to do with that. I'm the furthest from an artistic person as you can think. Okay, I love art. Oh my god, I love it so much. Also because I don't know how to fucking make it. So when I see somebody make it, I'm like, how the fuck did they come up with that? I only know how to draw sticks, by the way, like a head like this, you know, like fucking figure stick. That's all I know how to draw. I don't know anything else. But some of my friends that would start to draw and paint shit, I'm like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. And then I talked to them, and it turns out like that's what they did as children. You know, when they were 3, 4, 5, and even like the first few grades before they got fucked up by society and fucked up by the school system. And I have a friend of mine who is very similar to me in very similar personality, very similar everything. When he gets like high on mushrooms or acid, he starts to climb shit. This guy's my favorite guy to trip with, because we get it. We both get it. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. We don't, there's no, like, we get it. We start to fucking like, climb hills and fucking go down and go up, and it's a very physical type of trip. And that's the inner child, right? So I think one of the healing effects of psychedelics, and the word psychedelic means soul revealing or mind revealing, whichever you want to look at it. I think one of its beautiful characteristics is that it brings, and people always get insights, personal insights from psychedelic trips. And I think part of it is because it brings that inner child out of you. And that inner child is what's you. That's what's meant for you to do here in this spawn. This is a video game and you're spawning here. This is one spawn. Think of like playing Call of Duty and you're playing a map, right? And every time you die, somebody kills you, you spawn in a different part of the map, probably as a different character, right? Like, but you don't see the character because it's first person, right? But you respawn. Well, this is one spawn. And you keep respawning. That's where reincarnation is. So in this spawn, your inner child points you towards your strengths and what you're meant to do here. See, my inner child is very physical, very athletic, and I know I always talk about me experiencing a lot of low self-esteem and shyness, which is 100% true, but my inner child was very love to speak with people, actually. That's what's interesting. I love to speak with people. I was a good speaker as a child. 4 or 5 years old, I would speak to people. I'd speak to adults, right? And I also was a philosopher. I used to ask my mom questions like, who created God? I mean, that's pretty freaky when a kid that's 5-year-old, 4 or 5-year-old asks you who created God. I used to ask her that. I used to ask my mom. I remember, I was 5. Mama, min khalaq Allah, which means in Arabic, who created God? I remember my mom would look at me and freak out. The fuck? The fuck is this kid asking me? Right? Inner child, philosopher, inquiring. See, you guys listen to my rants. It's all fucking bullshit, but a lot of it is philosophy. Philosophy is always bullshit, right? Anybody who's a philosopher is a bullshitter. That's why I call myself a bullshitter. But inner child, very active, very physical, also very philosophical. So when I trip on shrooms, I get super fucking philosophical and super active. Those two things are happening, right? So I'm running around and jumping up and down and I'm like Assassin's Creed shit. And then I stop for like 5 minutes, and it's when I trip with that one friend, he knows what I'm talking about. Because he's the exact same as me. We're fucking moving around for fucking 5 minutes. And then we stop for 5 minutes and we talk like deep philosophy, because he's also into philosophy. So his inner child is very similar to my inner child. His inner child was also very philosophical and very like active and very physical. So the psychedelics bring that out of me, and so give me a sense of mission in life. You see, makes my mission clearer to me, what I have to do here. Makes it all clear to me. See? That inner child, it shows me, demonstrates to me my inner child in me, what I'm here to do, what I'm supposed to do. And for some people, like Alex Gray like has these beautiful paintings, man, psychedelic paintings, right? And a lot of times, like, he gets them from his trips, right? He'll trip and he get them. His inner child is the painter, it's the drawer, it's the artist. That's his inner child, right? And so it reveals him. It's soul revealing. It's mind revealing, the psychedelic thing. And so, you might be the same way, right? You might be a musician, right? And as soon as you fucking trip, all you want to do is listen to music. And all you want to do is just be like, I love music, but I'm not a musician. I don't make music. And I don't think I have it in me. I can learn it. You can learn anything. It's not my mission. I'm telling you right now. As much as I love music, it's not my mission. But maybe for you, if you're a musician, maybe when you trip, because music when you're tripping is out of this world. You might just be like, I don't want to fucking talk philosophy. I don't want to climb shit. I don't want to run around. I want to listen to music. I don't want to go make music. I just want to be in the musical world. And that is your inner child. And that's why it gives you a sense of your mission. It gives you a sense of what you're supposed to do. It gives you a sense of who you are. What's this character? Because you're a stream of consciousness. You're pure, you're energy. You're a stream of consciousness. You're an awareness. You're a soul. You're a spirit. Having an experience of this character, of this spawn. So I'm having an experience of Saeed, right? And this Saeed character comes with his DNA, with his biology, and the consciousness comes with previous incarnations, previous trials in this game, and they come together and they have to get along. This ego and the soul, right? They have to get along. So the psychedelic just shows you, hey, this is your inner child. This is where you're supposed to be here in this incarnation. Maybe in another incarnation, I might be a musician, and my inner child might be a musician inner child, or an artist inner child, but not in this one. In this one, it's a physical philosopher. Somebody who just fucking loves to question the shit out of everything, loves to talk about ideas, and loves to get physical. My inner child. And I'm not the artist. I don't know how to draw. I see visuals when I trip. I see visuals. But no way in hell can I redraw them again. I'm not the artist type. I'm not the painter type. Whereas some people, that's their inner child. Do you see these things? It's so clear. They come back and they draw it like in the most intricate details. That's their inner child. Some people, they get into music, right? A lot of these 70s musicians, man, the Pink Floyd, the Beatles, a lot of these guys were high on acid when they made their music. They're musicians. That's their inner child. So when they get high on acid, they just want to be in the musical world. They want to make music. They want to create music. They want to listen to music. That's their inner child. You see what I mean? The inner child. The inner child. It's very important to get in touch with that inner child. You do not have to get in touch with the inner child by doing psychedelics. You absolutely don't. I got in touch with that inner child before I did psychedelics. And that's when I started my fitness channel. And I got into like fitness. And I'm big on fitness, right? I figured it out. I actually went to my child and said, what did you like to do as a child, Saeed? You know, let's figure this out. And as it turns out, what I loved to do as a child is still what I love to do now. And so that became my life path. And now it's sort of translated into philosophy also, right? It's combining philosophy and health and fitness. My inner child is now leading me to my mission in this game. And maybe your inner child can do the same thing for you. You don't have to do psychedelics to get in touch with the inner child. You just have to really go back and contemplate. But the psychedelics can help you tremendously. They can help you tremendously. If you want a quick boost, motherfucker, here's your soul, here's your incarnation, here's your spawn, here's your mission. If you want a quick way to do it, then the psychedelic, take your precautions and under the right circumstances and right setting and intention. And maybe with, who knows, it really depends on the person. You might have to trip one time, maybe take you several times, but at some point it can reveal to you your inner child, your mission. Boom, this is who you are, right? And this is the power of psychedelics. I mean, this is one aspect of why I'm so in love with psychedelics and why I choose, despite all the stigma, all the criticism and everything, why I choose, because I don't have to. I don't have to talk about psychedelics. I don't even have to tell anybody that I've done psychedelics. I can just bring these insights that I have from psychedelics and talk them in this video and seem like, oh, this is, it makes sense, blah, blah. And never told anybody, oh, by the way, guys, I did a shit ton of mushrooms and a shit ton of acid for me to come up with some of these truths of life, right? Because to me, that's not Saeed speaking. That's the psychedelic gave me a lot of these truths. It's that the fungus has wisdom. The fungus has fucking wisdom. I am an idiot. Saeed is an idiot. But the reason why I keep talking about psychedelics is because, I've experienced and continue to experience their immense power firsthand, right? And one of the most endearing qualities of psychedelics, to finish off this video, is they reveal to you your inner child. And by revealing to you your inner child, they give you a better sense, a better compass of where you should be heading in this video game, what your mission in this video game is, and how you should go on about it. And that is it. yeah, that's it. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. God bless you all. May the spirit of the psilocybin mushroom, ergot, which is LSD, Albert Hoffman, who synthesized LSD, may the spirit of Albert Hoffman, LSD, ergot, psilocybin mushroom, peyote, DMT, mescaline, and all the other wonderful psychedelics be with you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.